Welcome back to episode 2517 of the Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm Mary Meckley, and here you are, showing up for yourself again. In today's episode, you are going to explore a powerful way to build resilience. That is the theme we're exploring this week, resilience. This is the second week of a brand new year, and in last week's series, you were exploring how to manage difficult emotions, to lay to rest some of the difficult emotions from last year. This year, it is time for your brand new start, and I encourage you to build resilience. And as a challenge for this week's series, every week we have a challenge that I encourage you to do every day during an entire week's series. Your challenge for this week is to come up with a word to represent your year. I know many of you don't do New Year's resolutions, and many of you do. I encourage you to come up with a word to act as a compass, directing you in the direction you want to go in your life, regardless of whatever you are pursuing in your life. This could be a word that represents what you aspire to. Maybe you aspire to more peace this year. It might be a word that engages you with a certain notion of how you want to act. So maybe you want to include more friends or people in your life, so you want to be more social. My word of the year is energy, because I'm wanting to shield my energy from negative influences, because there's a lot of negativity in regards to news that's happening around the world and the coronavirus, and I find that it can get me down. And so I want to think about what I'm doing, the activities I'm engaged in, the conversations I have with others, and even other people, if my energy is being uplifted or if it's spiraling downward. It doesn't mean I'm going to cut out all news or all negative people from my life. It just means that I'm going to become aware of my energy and try to do something to build it back up or pivot from a particularly negative situation. So I encourage you to think about what your word of the year could be. This could be a theme for your whole year. And then every day this week, take small steps to gear your life to reflect this word of the year. So begin to weave it into your day-to-day life. In today's episode, you're going to be guided using an affirmation. Affirmations are positive statements you can repeat. They're not repeated mindlessly. They are repeated with full focus and intention. I encourage you to repeat the affirmation when you wake up in the morning, and also when you go to bed at night. Have it be the last thing on your mind. So I invite you now to settle yourself down and get ready to meditate. Sit up straight and close your eyes, gently elevating them upwards at the point between your eyebrows, your spiritual eye. Begin to inhale and exhale through your nose, noticing where you hold tension in your body. Begin to release tension. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And as you're seated, reflect on your word of the year. What word represents what you'd like to achieve this year, or how you'd like to live your life? Think about how you could weave this word of the year into your days this week. Could you write your word down and maybe frame it somewhere you see it often? Could you share it with others? And maybe someone could help you be accountable for living out your word of the year. Now, as you're seated, focus on your word of the year and repeat it out loud to yourself. Now, your affirmation for this week is, I seize each day. I seize each day. As you're seated, engage the power of your voice and repeat out loud, I seize each day. I seize each day. Now, notice how you feel. Bring to mind again your word for the year and mentally interiorize the affirmation as you repeat it silently to yourself. I seize each day. Beautiful. Continue repeating the affirmation. If you notice your mind wander, return to focusing on your breath. Each inhale and exhale through your nose and repeat the affirmation, I seize each day. You are so worth slowing down for.